Hi, this is Wayne Brown from the Better Dating Academy, moving people from dating disaster to relationship master. Okay, this is another video, number 4 in our series of top 10s. So this top 10, we're going to be looking at where to find people to meet. So this is where you want to go to find people to practice with, to connect with, to build friendships with, to increase your social circle, to find people to pre-date, to find people to date. So this is 10 places that I feel are really good places to start because you actually get a head start with all of these places, which I'll explain as we go through them. Now, the first one is a fairly obvious but straightforward one. It's your hobbies. What about your hobbies? What is it that you like to do? What are the things that you enjoy doing? Do you like model building? Do you like stamp collecting? Do you like computer coding? Do you like gaming? Do you like exercise? Do you like surfing? Whatever it is that is your hobby, go and look it up. Find a club nearby, find a meetup group, find someone that does your hobby. Now, the good thing about this is when you go in to the meetup or the club or whatever, all of these people, you already have something in common. So when you walk up, you're not struggling to find something to talk about because you've already got common ground. So you walk up and say, how long have you been cycling? What sort of bike do you use? Do you surf regularly? What's your favourite beach to go to? Cameras, what's your favourite camera? What's your dream camera? You've already got something in common that you can start talking to them about. And obviously, if you're both really into your hobby, you've got a massive subject matter that you can discuss for hours. And you can obviously move that conversation all over the place. But hobbies, fantastic place to start. Okay, the next one is where you'd like to learn something. So this could be a language. You might want to learn computer coding or photography or how to surf or anything like that. So the good thing is when you go to a course or a class where you're learning something, again, you've already got something in common with the people. They want to learn that as well. But the other really cool thing is, and this is a little bit of a sneaky little mind trick, not sneaky, but it's a very subtle thing, is you can team up with each other to support and encourage each other. Now, if you're doing this with someone that you're pre-dating or aiming at dating, you're very subtly saying that you're a team, that you're together. So it becomes a little bit easier to transition it into a relationship if that's where you want to take it, if they're qualified to date you. So think about something you'd like to learn, whether it is a language or photography or computer coding or how to run properly or whatever. The options are infinite. You can learn something new every month and go and meet new people. So drop a little list of things that you'd like to learn, things that are on your bucket list. Get started before you get sort of too much older. Right, also, next one, your everyday life. Now, people ask me regularly, where do I go to meet someone? And then I say, half jokingly, open your front door, go out. The moment you see someone, that's where you meet someone. So in your everyday life, you could be paying your bills at the post office, you could be doing your shopping, you could be going getting your car cleaned, could be anything. Because the really good thing is, if you've got some tools and processes that you want to practice, anyone is good practice. They don't have to be necessarily someone who's the opposite gender. They don't have to be someone that you're attracted to. Anyone is practice. When I went out and I was practicing my systems, I talked to every woman. I didn't care about age, shape, didn't matter. They were all practice. So get used to talking to people all the time, standing at a bus stop, anywhere. So your everyday life, fantastic place to find people to talk to practice, to build your social skills. Next thing, something that you're curious about. So if you've got something you've always wondered how they do it, like for example, how do they make aluminium cans? Phone up a company that does that. Go and do a tour, because there's always other people on these tours that are also curious. And having a partner that's curious is a good thing. That means they're growing, they're becoming better versions of themselves. If you get someone who's not curious about anything, they tend to stagnate. So going and looking at something that's manufactured or created or presented or whatever, learn how to make coffee, learn how to make cheese. There's heaps of really good classes around, and they don't cost a bunch either. That's the really cool thing. Some of them are free if they're just showing around a manufacturing plant. I remember years ago going to a brewery and seeing how they made beer and have explained to me. And that was really cool, very fascinating. So something that you're curious about. Drop a list of things that you've always wondered how they do something, or something you'd like to have a go at. So tie that in with something you'd want to learn, so you're curious about it. This one, a friend's party, always a good one. So a friend has obviously invited a heap of people they know. Some of them you'll know, some of them you won't. And the really cool thing is, again, you've got something in common, your friend. So when you walk up, it's like, oh, how do you know Jack? And then suddenly you've got the conversation going. And then it's easy to change it to all over the place. But at least you've got something to start talking to them with. All right, so that's the really cool thing about all of these tips, is they all give you somewhere common to start. You've already got something to start talking to them about. You don't have to sit there and go, oh, what am I going to talk about when I walk up to them? It's as simple as you've already got it. So friends party, really good place to meet new people. And it's already a social environment, so everyone's already open to going up and talking to everyone. Okay, this one, dog beach, really cool. Everyone loves a dog, and especially at a dog beach. So dogs are already running around, they're being social. It gives you a chance to go up and talk to people about their dog. If you don't have a dog, borrow a friend's dog. Just say you're dog sitting it. It's a little bit of a white lie, but it's cool. You know, people don't mind. So yeah, dog beach, walking your dog, anything to do with a dog is a really good thing to use. Dogs are a great icebreaker, along with babies, so you can always borrow a baby as well. Don't try and say it's yours, though. Just say you're babysitting. All right, your favourite sporting venue. If you've got a sport that you're really into, sit there and go and watch it. Again, you've got something in common with the other people that are there. So this could be just a local thing like this, kids playing a sport. It could be a professional team. Doesn't matter. At least you've got people who've got a common interest. So again, you've got something you can start talking about, how long they've been following them, what are their favourite players, all that sort of thing. So sporting venue. Think about the sports you enjoy watching, or maybe a sport you'd like to watch, a sport you'd like to get into. So always worth looking at that one. Another really cool one is a local cultural event. You regularly see these pop up. There'll be something where they'll have a Brazilian expo, or a Japanese, or a Croatian, or whatever. So if you've got a particular nationality that you've always had an interest in, look up a cultural event that they've got. And again, you've got something in common. You can walk up to the person and say, hey, have you ever been to that country? What do you know about it? Have you got any recommendations? I'm thinking of going there. So again, you've got that common ground already where you can meet and have a conversation. It does make it so much easier. Also, on the street. Now, this is a really cool one, because like the everyday life one, people don't expect you to be trying to connect with them. They think it's just small talk and banter. So on the street, walking past someone, you can always just stop and chat to them, ask them directions, You can just have a conversation. You're waiting to cross the street, start talking to them about an interesting jacket they're wearing or whatever. There are so many things that you can talk about with people. Conversation is not that difficult. So on the street, really cool. And another really cool one, it's a bit corny, but it's always good. If you walk past someone, wait a couple of seconds and run up to them and say, look, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't say, I love your whatever. So again, they think it's cute. They think it's endearing. So it gives you a chance to, again, start talking to them. You've got something to open with. You can have a good conversation, and it's all really cool. But on the street is good fun because you can talk to a lot of people in a really short period of time. And the last one, food festivals. Everyone loves food. So food festivals where they've got food from all over the place. You can walk around, talk to people, ask them what they're eating, would they recommend it? And again, like the cultural festival, ask them if they've been to the country. So again, you've got lots of common ground where you can start conversations. People are reasonably open at food festivals to talking to other people. They're already curious, they're already out and about. So there's 10 ideas for places to go to practice your social skills, to predate, to date, to build your social circle, whatever it is you're trying to do, really cool places to practice. So just a quick recap. Top 10 places for where to find them, where your hobbies are, things that you enjoy doing, where you'd like to learn something, whether it's a language or photography or surfing or whatever, your everyday life, you're paying your bills, you're doing your shopping, something you're curious about. You've always wondered how they make something or how they present something or how they whatever. Draw up a list of things you're curious about, things you've always wondered. A friend's party, really cool because it's already a social event. Everyone's already excited and chatting to people all over the place. A dog beach or similar, walking your dog. A sporting venue, a sport that you enjoy or a sport that you want to learn more about. Cultural event, a country that you're interested in. You may even be seeking a partner of a different culture. So really cool place to start, or start learning about their particular culture before you meet that particular person. On the street when you're just walking around, and food festivals. So all of these are 10 fantastic places to go and meet people, to practice everything. So get out there. I'm giving you all these tips to go and use for conversations and everything. They're coming up. Use them, practice them. The more you practice them, the better you get and the easier everything becomes. So I hope you got some good ideas out of this. I hope you get out there and have fun with it, and we'll catch you for the next top 10 tips on the next video. Speak to you then.